So in the general purpose operating system, the system has to allow too many actions to the user because it can't possibly know what the user might want to do. But when we know what the workload is, we can limit what the user can do. So we can limit the attack surface and make it more secure. So that's not all, but it's a good definition for a 5-minute talk. So that's what Kairos is, a single-purpose operating system, a mutable system. And I'm going to tell you more later if you want to know more, but let me give you a quick update of what we did the last 12 months. So first of all, we became a CNCF sandbox project. That's big news. You already heard what that means multiple times, yeah, that's why we're here, and you're going to see more of us hopefully. We implemented what we call trusted boot. It's a combination of 3 things: secure boot, measured boot, and full disk encryption. You can find many resources online on what that means, but it's pretty much what guarantees with Kairos that you're booting the operating system you intended to boot, and nobody has tampered with it, and your data are safe from unauthorized access. Okay. Kairos has always been distribution agnostic. This means you can take your distribution of choice and convert it to a Kairos image, a Kairos OS, immutable with all the features, AD upgrades, remote upgrades, and all. What we did the last 12 months is we consolidated our tooling, we created new, simpler tools, and now this process is just one command away, literally one command, and you get your own version of
Lo bueno de sentarse detrás de la zona reservada de los que dan la charla es que te hacen spoilers de lo que van a hacer. ¿Ahora cuándo lo vas a poner?
Besides being distribution agnostic, we partnered with the K0S project, and now Kairos ships out of the box with K0S support as well. It used to be just K3S, now you can just select K0S when you install. So more options for our users. We have an awesome feature which is based on peer-to-peer technology, and you can spin up nodes with just the same token. You can say if you want an HA cluster or what other options you want, and you're going to get a cluster automatically configured in actually some very strange networking scenarios. You can try many things and tell us how it went. We also have a remote key management server, so you can have your devices on field, for example, being encrypted, the disks being encrypted, and you can have the passphrase stored on a remote key management server. If someone takes the devices and runs, they will no longer do it. So, Kairos is immutable, but you need ways to extend that. Of course, you can always build a new image, but you may want to do that dynamically.
Este de aquí va a presentar algo sobre bare metal. Tiene buena pinta. Este también lo voy a grabar.
We're now pushing cloud images, public cloud images for 3 different clouds, AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure, and they're publicly accessible, so you can try Kairos on your favorite cloud with just a couple of clicks. And last but not least, our community. We reached 100 stars for whatever that means, but we're seeing growing community adoption. We have companies that are deploying Kairos in thousands of machines in production. And that's why we're trying, I mean, we visited 10 different countries in the last 12 months, more than 30 events. Just to be there, contribute to your needs, your complaints, whatever. So make sure you find us. You can find us in Project Pavilion area. We have a kiosk tomorrow, morning shift. And we're going to give a couple of demos in the same area in the center. And if you find me outside, Kairos t-shirt, red shoes, make sure you speak to me if you have questions, okay? 5 minutes are not enough. I can speak forever, so thank you all. That's all I have.
Ah, no ha estado mal, nada mal. Ah, mira, que va el del metal. Ah, este se ve que va a presentarnos cómo desplegar en bare metal, ¿vale? Kubernetes. Este tiene muy buena pinta, quedaros. Porque este sí que tiene buena pinta. Nos está aquí haciendo spoiler y yo creo que tiene muy buena pinta. A ver, que este sí que va a presentar. Hombre, con todo el PPT que se ha puesto, este sí que nos va a presentar cómo desplegar Kubernetes en bare metal usando, creo que he podido leer, Metal3. ¡Hala! Un kernel panic. Ah, no, es código, es código. ¿Qué está haciendo? ¿Nos aclara? Venga. Venga, va, hombre. Vamos. Con todo el currazo que se ha preparado y ahora seguro que tiene que ir el staff a ayudarle. Vamos, hombre. A ver, ahora. Esta parece que... nos aclara el tío. Venga, vamos. Uy, qué mal han quitado la luz esa que me venía de perlas. Joder, macho, podían poner otra vez la luz. Venga. Nos aclara el tío, a ver. Venga. Ahora la sala parece ya más llena. Mucho más llena, pero aún así no creo que quepamos todos los que habían ahí abajo. Hay otras salas, mira, aquí está el planning que está haciendo, pero bueno, no lo estáis viendo bien. A ver. Los estoy presentando. Ahora, mira, parece que va a poner la charla. Ahora. ¿Se aclara? Venga. El currazo del PPT ahora. Maturing bare metal provisioning with Metal3. Vamos a ver esta solución de Metal3.
I'm one of the maintainers of the MetaCube project, and in the spirit of the first presentation by the CNCF folks, I would like to talk about the maturity of the MetaCube project. What is MetaCube quickly? So this is a project that helps you deploy Kubernetes clusters on MetaCube machines, or on bare metal machines, and you can manage the whole workflow from Kubernetes, and you get an end-to-end full-stack solution, so you have nothing on empty physical machines, and you end up with a full cluster or multiple clusters on the physical machines. We also a CAPI infrastructure provider, so if you are familiar with Cluster API project, we integrate with that project also. This MetaCube stack is used by many different enterprise customers or enterprise users, among them Ericsson and Red Hat, and many others like SUSE, for example, or Fujitsu. And then the whole project consists of 5 main components, and we have a few smaller components also, but we provide releases for these 5 main components. So in general, about the growth of the project, we had approximately
un poquito de datos, pero bueno,
major features since the KubeCON NA North America last year November, and in the sandbox, since we joined the sandbox, it's like about 65-70 of these major features. Since last November, we released 34 releases across all of our projects, combined 140. We merged about 440 different commits, and since we joined the sandbox, about 5,500. These are all approximate numbers because folks work on the project as we speak. And then we got one new adopter since November. We have the same number of maintainers, 16, since we had since last year November. And based on GitHub statistics, we had about 10,000 different GitHub events, reviews, mergers, comments, commits, everything combined. So about the maturity of the project, I can report some serious progress. So we established the project in 2019. In September of 2020, we joined the sandbox. We applied for incubation in December of 2023. We once rewrote the incubation proposal because the requirements has changed by the CNCF TOC. And then our incubation due diligence review process started in December of last year, so end of last year. And I can report that we are not yet in incubation state, but we have passed the adopter interviews, and the whole due diligence process have completed. What we are waiting for is basically the results of the due diligence process. So what is new and what is upcoming? We had three major security issues that we had to handle, not all originating from us, but we had to do some actions for them. Thanks to our security team, we have a dedicated security team. As I mentioned, we passed the adopter interview stage of the due diligence process. We have new features like online database migration for the nodes, the cluster nodes. We have read-only file system support for one of our components. We are adopting and accepting a design to support the cluster API multi-tenancy architecture. We also bringing in support for OCI disk images, so not for containers, but providing full disk images, operating system images via the OCI framework or standard. And then we are also introducing, and we already have early adopters who are using autonomous disk encryption for these machines. So that's a new feature we are bringing. And then a few information about us. So we will have a kiosk on this event. It will be on Thursday in the morning shift, so from 10:30 to 1:30 p.m. 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And the kiosk will be at the 19A spot. And then we are really looking forward to hear about the adopters and to get new contributors. So please check out our socials and join us. We are on the Kubernetes Slack under the cluster API bare metal hashtag. We have our own mailing list, security list. We have meetings, public meetings every week on Zoom. We have our own YouTube channel with multiple hundreds of videos on that. And then you can check us also on Cloud Monitor and check our OpenSSL pledge and all of these details about the project. So feel free to visit us, and thanks for your attention.
Bueno, habrá que ir al stand y revisar a ver qué nos comentan y que nos echen alguna demo.